Good evening, Lennies and Germs, from an undisclosed quarantine bunker
Shout out
situation
to the Brady
here.
Bunch.
And welcome to the inaugural episode of From the Collection. Today's topic is...
The top 20 albums by female artists.
Now, this is the top 20 by female artists. We're not going to be including bands, because if I would, then I would be including stuff like the Pretenders or Blondie, but we're just dealing with the solo musicians or vocal group that's just female. Okay, so number 20, we start off with a semi-esoteric folk album by a woman named Vashti Bunyan, Another Diamond Day. I recommend this to anybody who likes beautiful lilting music that makes you feel good. It's perfect Sunday morning music. All right, next, drop it. Number 19, seminal 90s album, Rocka by P.J. Harvey, Rid of Me. One of the better albums of a decade that hasn't fared so well. Not so well, not good. Decades like the 60s continue to be enjoyed and listened to, but the 90s for me, the music doesn't hold up. But this is one album that I think has held up pretty much because it's spare and it's rocking and has a lot of good tunes on it. All right, next. All right, you can bring that down now, Silkie.
But I'm going to do a zoom in every time.
All right. So number 18. Now this is the one kind of group, but it's not a real. I mean, it's a vocal group of the 20. It's a bunch of sisters, the Roaches. This is a group that I tried to get into my whole life because it was like one of those albums that you see like your mother's friends have out when they have their wine and cheese parties, but it's not an album that I ever was interested in until fairly recently when I was kind of blown away by one of the songs. And the interesting thing is that it was produced by guitar prog legend Robert Fripp, which gives it an interesting sound. All right, next. Number 17, Judy Sill, Heart Food, criminally underrated 70s singer-songwriter. And this album is her best. As the song, The Kiss. I would recommend that. It's one of the most beautiful, unheard of songs in the 70s. Next, number 16. It's a classic, Etta James At Last. If you want classics, there's nothing really much to say about it. You've heard the song a million times, but there's all the other great songs. One of the great blues rockin' voices there is. Next, number 15, Linda Ronstadt, Heart Like a Wheel. Has the classic You're No Good song, Heart Like a Wheel. It's one of those really seminal 1970s albums. Great pipes, great 1970s production. Next. All right, next is number 14, Laura Nyro's Eli and the 13th Confession. Kind of a remarkable album. It's one of a kind. And, you know, she had her own style, her own kind of cadence to her songs, different rhythms that most people, copied. And she wrote hits for other bands, but she never really found the success. But she influenced a lot of artists. Next, what are we at? Number 13.
I lost track too.
Patti Smith Horses. I mean, one of the one of the greatest punk albums of all time. Great guy Lenny Kaye's her band. Great guitar, nice chewy rock guitar, and she's a great poet. What can I tell you? It's her poetry mixed with the stripped down rock. And it's a winner. It still holds up. Holds up. Next.
Really shiny.
Number 12. Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis. It's another album that
Why does he have to?
It's another album that I found a little overrated growing up, but I appreciated as I got older. The production is very 60s Baroque type, very florid type production and arrangements, and it's just I mean her voice is amazing, and it's funky yet Baroque at the same time. Interesting combination. Next, oh yeah, I think we've reached the top 10 now. All right, some might say number 10.
You need to do an introduction.
Number 10, Kate Bush, The Kick Inside. Some might say it's Hounds of Love, but I say it's her debut album. Strong debut. The song Wuthering Heights is one of the most interesting singles of any decade. I'd recommend that. It's another one that took me a while to get into. But once I figured out, once I cracked the code of this album, it's really an addictive album. All right, next. Number 9, one of the greatest big hits of the 80s.
I love this one. Yay!
Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. I mean, how many hits do we have here? We have Money Changes Everything.
I love this one!
Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
That's my favorite!
Time After Time. She Bop, All Through the Night.
Yay!
I mean, how many hits? This was back in an era we have every song practically. Huge hit. All right, next. What are we? Number 8. Speaking of hits, Janet Jackson, Control.
Janet Jackson? Oh, is this the one that's Control?
Yeah.
My control.
Excellent
Control
album.
of what I do.
A million hits on it.
Control of what I say.
Ingenious production by Terry.
I have a lot of it.
Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. The hits Control, Nasty, What Have You Done For Me Lately? The Amazing Pleasure Principle, When I Think of You. I mean, every song on this is a hit, and every song is great.
Yay.
Speaking of great debuts, let's see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 8.
I'm going to show you the photo.
Number 7. This is Ricky Lee Jones' debut album. I mean, you can't get more seminal 70s more than that. It's always been one of my favorites. This is accessible, jazzy, you know, LAZ. Kind of that Tom Waits.
L-A-Z?
Part of the Tom Waits gang of the 70s in LA.
L-A-Z.
Yeah. It's L-A-Z. Or L-A-E. Next. I think we're at number 6.
Don't treat them like that. Is that dumb?
Madonna's debut. Talk about a loan shark. Every song is a hit on this one. I mean, it was a toss-up between this and Like a Virgin, but I think this and one of the great pop debuts of all time. She created an explosion with this one. Let's see, what do we have here? We got Lucky Star, Borderline, Burning Up, Holiday, Everybody. It's, I mean, it's every song. Okay, next. Nina Simone's Pastel Blues is one of the amazing anthems of the 60s. Sinnerman, I mean, any album that has the song Sinnerman on it is just tour de force. And it's just, I mean, she has so many good albums, but I picked this one just because it has Sinnerman on, which is one of the greatest recordings ever made. Next, speaking of a great album,
Yay, Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's Jolene. I mean, this has the title track Jolene, which is now classic, and it also has I Will Always Love You, which is which she wrote. And this is, you know, I know that Whitney Houston had a huge hit with it, but I think the original was always a million times better, but that's just my person. Next. Aretha Franklin, she could have been a few albums I could have picked, but this debut from Atlantic, this is when she changed her style from more, you know, kind of flowery, orchestrated Columbia, when she was on Columbia, until she got more funky. She was produced by Jerry. I think this is the first album that Jerry Wexler produced, and it has the humongous anthem, feminist anthem, Respect, which was written by Otis Redding as the title track. I mean, and her piano playing on this album is amazing. I mean, just for the piano playing, it's great. Check it out. Okay. Next, this is one of 2 2
Zoom in, you can really see it. You can't really see it.
by this artist, Joni Mitchell. I mean, could have gone either way, back it up. So,
But
Court and Spark, classic album. So I think his most successful, commercially successful album.
Tiny.
Had the hit "Help Me," "Free Man in Paris."
This would
Every
be
song.
easier
it's
to
almost
read.
it's a near perfect album. I mean, a pretty perfect.
wait, can we
album.
tell them what this says?
It's "Court and Spark" by Joni Mitchell.
Which doesn't say that. Oh, it says Joni Mitchell.
All right. All right, and the top 2 could have gone either way, 1 or 2. So we'll just go number 2 here. Of course, Tapestries, one of the great singer-songwriter
Wait, is
albums.
this the
caused
one
a
with
revolution of singers, part of the singer-songwriter revolution of the early 70s. And I mean, it's near perfect.
Hold the other end now.
It's a near perfect album. Great cat, great album cover. Talk about loan shark. I mean, you can't really say much more than that. It's a classic. And number 1.
Last but not least, we're doing this randomly, just so you know. There is no like low to high or anything.
Well, this one is pretty much number 1 on anybody's list, I think. And it is a music connoisseur. Let's see.
What is another one?
Joni Mitchell Blue. That's right, Joni Mitchell. Can't get more perfect than this album. Anyway, so we won it. This was our first episode. Might be more. Might be. This might be the last one. We don't know. Some things, but I'll see you around the bunker, and stay safe, everybody. If
Bunker.
don't call us, we'll call you.
Ah!